Hi, I haven't actually done one of these for a little while because I've just been busy with things, I suppose. But it's been a heavy week and been thinking about quite a lot of things. And I think a lot of people are feeling the same as me at the moment, which is just a sense of despair at what's happening. Um, and I know there's lots of bad things going on. I mean, the climate crisis just gets worse, and I could go on about that. But actually, what I'm thinking about a lot at the moment is what's happening in Gaza. Um, so Ibrahim, who has been trying to get food he's got three little boys, his partner's wife there as well, and he's in the camps in Gaza. And we've been sending him some funds via Draw a Smile, that's fundraising, and he's been able to buy food in the past to feed his family and the children that are in the camps. I mean, he went back to his home after the ceasefire, which his home was bombed. He was a beekeeper, and his eyes were destroyed. But then the ceasefire stopped, and he had to run again with his kids and wife. And you just think, well, it's just unbelievable the hardship they're having to face. And up until now, he's been able to buy food with some of the money we've been sending him. And he said today that he can no longer do that. So, I mean, I'm sitting here in my well-stocked kitchen, which admittedly is a bit of a mess. And I feel immensely privileged that I can open my fridge and eat food. They can't buy food anymore. This is what Israel has done. They closed the borders, when was it? On the beginning of March, I think it was 2nd March, wasn't it? To aid coming into the country. So no food aid can get in unless it's black market, which I think is where Ibrahim has been able to source some stuff from before. But flour was like $200 a bag or more than that. And now even that's not there. So what are these people going to eat? You've got mothers that can't feed their newborn children. You see pictures on social media of malnourished children, of literally kids are dying of starvation in Gaza right now. And there's nothing we can do about it because our government don't seem to. We're still selling arms to Israel. There was a report read yesterday of munitions and parts for jet planes are still making their way to Israel. Why are we complicit in this genocide? I don't know. I don't understand it. There was, to be fair, a Tory MP today, Mark Pritchard, who said he condemns Israel. He made a mistake. It's taken him quite a long time to realise he's made a mistake. So when is the government going to come out and say we made a mistake, we shouldn't have been supporting Israel? I mean, yeah, Israel has a right to defend itself. It'll be fair, but it's not defending itself, is it? It's enacting a genocide on the people of Gaza, the Palestinians living in Gaza. And I looked up Article 6 of the Rome Statute earlier, and I sent this to my MP, Jerome Mayhew, as well, who came back with the standard response of actually they've got a right to defend themselves. Well, he agrees that humanitarian aid should get in, the usual templated response. And I will write to him again to say, look, can you please do what Mark Pritchard did and condemn Israel for its actions about aid not being allowed in. 2nd of March was a long time ago, and no food has got in since then, unless it's by smuggling. I don't know if that's even possible. So, genocide. Article 6 of the Rome Statute says, for the purpose of this statute, genocide means any of the following acts committed with intent to destroy in whole or in part a national, ethnical, racial or religious groups. As such, killing members of the group. Well, tick. How many deaths have there been in Gaza now? We're not talking about militant deaths or Hamas deaths. We're talking about ordinary people deaths and children. 20,000 children plus have been killed. 20,000 children have been killed in Gaza. I pause because imagine if that happened in the UK. So killing members of the group, tick. Causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group, tick. Deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring out its physical destruction in whole or in part, Now, I think that's a big tick, isn't it? Because they're starving the people of Gaza. They can't get food and they can't get water. Tick. Imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group. I'd say, okay, I can't tick that one, but they're certainly inflicting harm on newborns by not allowing any of the vital supplies into the country, like formula milk. They need more of that. They need urgent aid and treatment for newborn children. The pictures of newborn children emaciated is highly distressing. And then there's forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. Okay, so I don't know if that's happening or not. I don't think that's happening. But I think we've ticked several of those clauses within Article 6 of the Rome Statute that genocide is happening. And the sooner the International Criminal Justice Court, or whatever it's called, just classifies it as genocide, they're committing war crimes, the Israelis. And look, ordinary Israeli people don't have any beef with. You know, they're probably as appalled, many of them as appalled as we are about what's going on in Gaza. But the right wing, the far right elements of the Israeli government, Netanyahu and his allies, who Netanyahu seems to be just clinging on to power by elongating the length of this conflict. And now they're going to mount another offensive into Gaza, and they've said that they're going to forcibly remove Palestinians from where they live. So where are they going to go? They're going to force them into Egypt, into Syria? I don't know. Into Lebanon? They can't leave at the moment. They're trapped. It's like one giant concentration camp, or, well, shrinking because Israel's taken over more and more of the area. Some of the reservists that are being called up must be, well, I hope they're brave and they refuse to fight in such a conflict. I don't know. So, yeah, it's really desperate situation, desperately upsetting that the government won't come out and condemn Israel for its actions and demand that the borders to Gaza are open to international aid, peacekeeping, whatever it takes to get food to these people. I mean, and I know there's shit going on all over the world at the moment. You look at what's happening in Sudan, it's awful, but this is like televising genocide. This must be the first genocide that's been live streamed almost, with people being killed and starving to death in Gaza. Hundreds of thousands of people are either being starved to death or shot or bombed or told they have to go somewhere else. I mean, I know this has been going on for decades, with the settlers illegally claiming land off the Palestinians. And by the way, I condemn any terrorist acts on either side that are injuring people. The Hamas atrocities on the 7th of October were awful, but that was just another milestone in what was an endless cycle of violence. And if Israel thinks this is going to solve anything, then all it will do is radicalize another generation of discontented Palestinians, and in return another generation of discontented Israelis, and the cycle of violence goes on. I mean, when's it going to end? And when you get Israeli politicians calling them animals and subhuman, and saying that they are saying publicly, yeah, no, we will exterminate, we will remove them, you just think, why is this allowable? Why do we think this is acceptable? So I'll write to my MP again for all the good it does, to ask him to stand up in Parliament and condemn Israel. Come on, Jerome Mayhew, do something about it, and maybe that can convince Labour or help convince Labour that they need to take a firmer stance on it, stop those arms sales, get the aid there. I mean, there was a freedom flotilla that was taking food to Gaza, and the Israelis sent drones against it. So a food aid that could have saved some people's lives, the ships were attacked with explosive drones, so it had to turn back. This is just blatantly trying to exterminate everyone that lives, all the Palestinians in Gaza. How is this acceptable? So if you're in Norwich, there is a vigil this Saturday, City Hall, midday till 3, I think. Yeah, midday till 3. I'm going to try and go along a silent vigil, but there will be some poems, and I'm going to try and take some images of what's going on in Gaza, I think. Because you just feel helpless, don't you? Completely helpless when you've got Ibrahim and his family. He's been trying to help people, and now he can't get food. Look at Draw a Smile. Go to the Draw a Smile fundraising page if you can, and donate some money. I think it's on GoFundMe. I'll put the link in the description. But I mean, that's no good. If we can send him money, but you can't eat money, can you? You can't eat money, and you can't buy food, and there's no clean water, and there's no power for the desalination plants to get clean water. I mean, what are they supposed to do? So yeah, Saturday vigil, midday till 3, City Hall. I'm going to be there. There's also an action in Norwich on Sunday with a banner drop, I think, on Grapes Hill, traditional place for a banner drop in Norwich, and then a bit of a march. I think it ends up through Chapelfield and then down to the Haymarket, where there'll be some stuff going on. I think that starts at about, actually I don't know what time it starts, I better check. Let's have a look. 11:30 is the band drop, 12:15 is the march through Chapelfield, and then 1 to 1:30 is the rally, and then that's at Hay Hill, and then Chapelfield picnic. So that's on Sunday. So Saturday vigil at City Hall, Sunday there's a march. I mean, it's great. I mean, I need to get together with people that understand this and get it, and as upset as a lot of us are about it, but we need actually our politicians to do something. Otherwise, we're just going to have to start doing more direct action. You've got to listen to your constituents, MPs. We don't want to be complicit in the slaughter of civilians in Gaza, the genocide that's panning out in Gaza. Please stop it. Or put pressure on the Israeli government and America to stop it, because they're dying. Thanks.